Shit. You niggas run the IG for inspiration, cause your immediate circle ain't good for shit but hating. How you hustling just to get complacent? We never settle. Run these bitches, then we pick replacements. About my money, niggas more concerned with getting famous.
And I was practically living with him when I was in middle school. So while he was, that summer, we played in the tournament at EOYDC. I don't even know what tournament. It's a summer league. I played with Tech that summer because I was trying to transfer. I'm trying to get my mom, like, let me go to school in Oakland.
Right.
That didn't happen. She didn't let me go. The following year, I tried to transfer. Every year, I tried to transfer. I tried to transfer to Oakland High the next year because TJ Taylor, that's who really helped me set the stage for me developing. He was there. I got real close with him and Dominique Taplin. They parents, Phil Taylor and Tap, they was coaching they was the Hoosiers when I started playing for them.
Right.
And then I tried to transfer to San Leandro, and that actually got shot down by the league because I was in the same league, and they was gonna ask me to sit out for 2 years.
Yeah, they got a weird, weird rule. Yeah.
So I ended up being at Castro Valley for all 4 years, which in hindsight, I'm glad it happened that way. But that's how I ended up at Castro Valley. And they're not really known for athletics. Our football team was ass. Yeah. They was trash as hell. The basketball team was decent my freshman year. They had like DJ Broom and Jordan DeMunick and a couple other guys. And then we started, me, Roderick Bobbitt, and a guy named Chris Reed. Y'all might not know that name, but he was super athletic for a high school player. We kind of just came in and took over. And I think the school saw because we was bringing in a lot of money. Like all of our games were sold out. The school was absolutely eating off our games. I think once they saw that, they started to open up their admission a little bit because my siblings went to Castro Valley. My sister graduated from Castro Valley, and Castro Valley got so ghetto that my brother ended up transferring to Cal High in San Ramon. And my little brother, he like me. If you meet my little brother, he's a more refined version of me. Like he's smarter than me. He's more like put together, like from his personality. He ain't a hothead. Like he's just way more refined. He's got the same swag. He my twin. Yeah. He like, I'm out of here. This shit ghetto.
Damn.
Like people they just smoking weed. They don't do shit. Like blah blah. So that's how I ended up at Castro Valley.
I would have never thought. I would have thought Hayward High. I would never thought Castro Valley would have been like that.
You also would have never thought Skyline is the worst school in Oakland.
Today, it is.
Yes.
Wow.
and I'm actually glad I went to Castro Valley.
I went to Skyline. I wouldn't do that. It's crazy.
It gave me a sense of pride because you know what's funny is now that when people talk about like the best hoopers from Oakland or like nobody ever mentions my name, which it don't bother me because we know the real. Everybody want to talk about the OAL schools, this, that, and the OAL schools couldn't fuck with us. We dominating them. We beaten Ohio when they had a loaded team. We went to McClymonds, ran them out the gym. We went to Skyline, ran them out the gym. Nobody could fuck with us.
Who's the notable players at this time? Is it Frank was older, huh?
Yeah, Frank was older.
From where? Castro Valley?
At Mac. Yeah.
Mac, they had Delani Robinson. I don't even know. Niggas who couldn't fuck with us. Ohio had TJ Taylor, who's one of my best friends. Dominique Taplin, too, one of my best friends. Jabari Brown, we was real close growing up. Jamil Brown. Like, they had a loaded team. They had guys who was going D1. In high school, when you got one guy that's going D1, you're probably a good team.
Absolutely.
When you got 4 guys going D1, you should be beating everybody.
Y'all should be winning state.
But nobody could fuck with me and Roderick Bobbitt. But see, we went to, and Rod is from 9-8.
Okay.
He from 9-8 in Mac.
Okay.
That's where he grew up. And even when he went to Castro Valley, and he used my address to go to Castro Valley. When he went to Castro Valley, he was living on 104th, actually right behind where I grew up on 104th in a little cul-de-sac, which is a crazy story. But it's like, I'm from the town. I still go back to the town every day. My family's still in the town. Rod live in the town, but since we go to Castro Valley High, nobody want to include us in the best hoopers from Oakland.
Right.
And it's like, even now, people be trying to like steal my stripes from high school, and it's like, well, how was I not that good? I went to college, played pro for 10 years, played in the NBA, and won a championship.
Crazy.
Still trying to steal my stripes.
I posed that question on what he talking about right there. I brought that up on 520, and niggas thought I was crazy when I said, does it matter that J Kidd play high school ball in Alameda? Because if they're gonna do what they did, if he's saying that because he played in Castro Valley, What's the difference?
The reason why I think it don't matter is because you still not getting around playing at the recreation centers, and you not getting around playing on the Rebels or the Soldiers or the. You're gonna play against these niggas.
So you saying it don't matter?
It don't matter.
Okay, that's what
because
I'm saying.
nobody ever remember Tank at Emory High. Tank won a national championship at Arkansas and broke every record in Emeryville history.
But what Juan's saying is it ended up mattering.
Nah.
It ended up mattering. He felt like he didn't get it. You saying you
Well,
didn't get
well. Here's the thing. I think it might be the thing what you were saying, like the JUCO niggas.
JUCO niggas.
Because JUCO niggas think they can do what you do.
I don't listen to them niggas,
but
bro.
I think
bitter,
why people want to say it matters because and I respect it. Like there's a sense of pride in Oakland. I respect that, and I got that same sense of pride. And everybody want to say like, oh, the real team's playing the OAL, or like you got to come do it in the OAL, and you got to show it. Like we did it. We not only did we beat every OAL team, we kicked their ass. At home, at their home, in neutral sites, we did it. And none of them couldn't fuck with us.
I don't think people realize
30-2 is crazy.
They couldn't fuck with us.
I don't think people realize, though, the radius of surrounding cities. A nigga could say San Leandro. Niggas don't realize San Leandro is a
Right
like
there.
it's right.
My little cousin played for San Ramon right now. He is not from there. You know, you gonna get Oakland cat somewhere down. Somebody move somewhere. You still gonna
Absolutely.
get them same niggas on them same teams. It ain't like it's like any other region.
The Thompson twins. That's San Leandro, Oakland.
Exactly.
But it don't matter. At that point, it don't matter.
And nobody even mentions them in Oakland Hoopers. And I think
That's what I'm saying.
crazy.
They killing in the league.
What's crazy is they did that honors thing with Jalen Brown and all those guys, Gary and Jason Kidd. They did the thing in the town where everybody came through. And I talked to the Thompson twins' older brother and their granddad, and they was like, one thing that bothers them is that they don't mention them with enough town shit. They like let everybody know we from Oakland, man. We ain't from like we went to Florida and hooped. We did all this other shit, but we from the town.
Exactly.
Right.
Like y'all got it, and you know that town pride. Like you can't take it if somebody don't give you your credit from the town. You know.
Right.
But I was gonna say. Because something that a dream project of mine to get it done on a huge wall somewhere in Oakland is all the hoopers.
That'd be wrong.
Right? The ones that made it, right? And
That ain't gonna sit well. Because
I got something right
every
now.
nigga that didn't make it, gon'
It don't matter, nigga. You didn't make it.
Yeah, but every nigga that didn't make it gonna throw
I don't
Hook
give a fuck
Mitchell
if a
at you.
nigga
They
made
gonna
it. I
throw.
don't give a fuck if a nigga had a 10-day. Throw him up there.
And you put an NBA jersey on, bro, you made it to the
You
league.
made it. You made it. Because what's the probabilities of that?
These,
I want to try something.
But these niggas, you know how the NBA players is the best players in the world?
Yes. The top
These
forward.
niggas act like they don't believe that. They act like that concept is. They really believe that niggas in the NBA ain't the best players in the world.
Bro, I don't understand that concept because to make it to the NBA, you literally have to dominate every level before the NBA.
I don't know what these
So it's the
niggas.
same
I don't
thing
know
we
what
talked
these
about
niggas-
with Draymond prior to your interview.
I seen that clip.
Is that clip where he's like these niggas the best? Like Pat Bev is who he is in the NBA, but you realize he was giving niggas 30s, right?
Exactly.
Like, he ain't like you can't be no pushover player,
Right.
but also the mental fortitude that you have to make it. Like some niggas have ability like a motherfucker,
Right.
but some niggas don't have for instance, Swaggy P said it. He said mentally I was always fucked up. I was good as fuck, like as far as like ability,
Right.
athleticism, all that shit is there. But nigga, I be having mental lapses.
Right.
And some people get it misconstrued. Like I put up a post that said, the harder I work, the luckier I get. Everybody was on Easter and everybody hit me talking about luck. You blessed. Weird shit like that, right? But I was like, no, to make it to the NBA, you had to, because you worked so hard, things started to like line up in your favor.
Right.
So, okay, the politics might have been on your side.
Right.
A lot of shit started being on, but it all goes back to shit, you gotta work your motherfucking ass off.
Of course, for politics to work, you got to put yourself in position for the politics to
For
work.
the politics to work.
If it is politics,
Hey,
right?
come on. You gotta work.
I want to talk about Marquette and your pathway on getting there, but I also want to talk about this since we here, Blans. You think we could do something real quick?
What?
I want to try something.
Go ahead.
So we'll go through around until we run out of people from the town that made it to the league.
Okay.
So you just start with one, I'll go, and then you go.
Shit. We start, okay. Gary Payton.
I'm going to go with Juan.
Dang.
Hold up. Jason Kidd.
Bill Russell,
Jabari Brown,
Shit. Paul Pierce.
B. Shaw.
Leon Poe.
Shit. The Thompson twins.
Dame.
I
Yeah,
said
Dame.
Oh, you said Dame?
He said Dame.
Antonio Davis.
Damn, you stole
Ooh.
mine. Now I got to think of one.
Bill Russell.
I
you
said
said
it,
Bill.
You
but
said Bill?
it's
Okay.
on
It's
him.
on me.
Oh shit.
Damn.
Who we
You
got?
said the Thompson twins.
Yeah.
Ivan Rad played in the league.
Ivan Rad.
Ooh, did he play?
Ooh,
I know his mama. I
yeah.
know
Yeah,
his
he
mama
played
had a
with
fire
Memphis. He
soul
played
food
for the
Played for the
spot.
Grizzlies.
He got about 4-5 seasons in too.
Interesting. I think that's where the buck stopped. I think that's where the buck stopped. Like where who else?
Damn. Well, how many people you think we named? About 10, 11?
No, we got 6 people.
Nah.
Let's see.
We went around 3 times.
Shit, the Thompson twins counted as 2.
You know who I'm going to go?
Who?
Somebody that's older than you but played at the boys club. It's
Who?
Chuck Hayes.
Okay.
Chuck Hayes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Chuck Hayes.
Chuck
He working
Hayes.
with the Warriors now.
Is
Shout out to OG.
Is he?
Yeah.
Is Chuck working
He
with
spent a lot of years with the
He a
Kings
scout.
too.
Wow, yeah. And Chuck had a hell of a career in Houston too.
He did.
Like he played big and big
Absolutely.
games.
He had a real career.
He from the town though.
Yeah.
From the town.
didn't know that.
Yeah. His
Okay.
brother, rest in peace, TJ, was my teammate at the boys club.
Okay.
Yeah, so he got killed. That was his older brother. Yeah. But that's crazy, man, that we, that's a lot of names from Oakland. And like I said, a dream of mine. Shout out to Blends too, because I always wanted to say this. I'll give you your props now. But Blends came in the neighborhood and opened a barbershop and did some of the most beautiful artwork on the side of a building with all of the black leaders, Frederick Douglass, Malcolm X, Martin Luther. Like that was just great. And shout out to the graffiti niggas for never tagging on it.
Hey,
You know what I'm
is
saying?
it still there?
Oh yeah, it's still there.
dope.
Still there. It's
Damn.
still looking nice. I was gonna stop by and do something on it the other day.
Damn.
But that's dope. But I would love to have a mural like that with all of y'all on there, like
That'd be
the
dope.
Oakland
That'd be
alumni.
fire.
Because coming from where we come from, it's not easy, man.
We gotta find. I know all the artists too. We gotta tap into all the art. We gotta get that done.
And when you was younger, looking at the soldiers, did you ever get to see Brian? Like
Bron?
Yeah. Did
Nah.
you ever get to see him?
I
He was
wasn't
too old?
really. Nah,
Yeah.
I didn't start playing AAU seriously. Like I played with DBC and Oakland Stars, but we wasn't doing like the big time tournaments where the big time players was. Like we didn't have the budget.
Yeah.
We didn't have none
Yeah.
of that shit. We was going to the local tournaments in the Vegas arena.
Vegas tournament.
So now I never got to see any of like all those big time names come play for the Soldiers.
You I wanted you to expound on the high school situation because knowing about your story a little bit, you've had several times in your career, basketball career, throughout professional and otherwise, where you was damn near on the edge of saying, fuck this shit.
For sure.
Right? And we all know a nigga that's 6'5", 6'6", that just walked through the hood. You be like, damn, nigga, you should
Why you don't
move.
move?
Like, nigga, you should
Like, what the fuck else you gonna do after
you
that?
doing, nigga? Like,
You don't make
you
it
too
in-
tall to work at Safeway,
fuck
nigga.
you
Like,
finna
I don't want you bagging my groceries, nigga.
He ain't that fucking tall. Yeah, you talking like he's 7, like he is 7
Any
foot.
nigga over 6
How tall is you, Juan?
bro?
6'7".
6'7".
Okay, I mean,
he
he's
up there.
6'7", but watch this question: how many times in your life you had to play center?
A lot.
If
You know what I'm saying? Any nigga over 6'4" had to play center.
If he tell us he's 6'7", he's 6'6" for sure.
Nigga, stop hating.
But just so I know you was talking about before where like when the mid majors start recruiting you, right? And the high majors started recruiting you, like, you ended up at Marquette, which is it's a Jesuit school, right?
Yep.
Small campus,
Yeah, very small.
but you mentioned several times like I could have or I should have went to whatever school because of whatever. You had a great, your path was great, but you didn't get the ball a lot.
I never got the ball.
Yeah.
I barely played. I mean, look, bro, I'm getting older and I'm becoming more mature, and I'm also not trying to live my life with regrets. So I don't look at it as like I made it to the NBA. Ultimately, I still did what I wanted to do. But if I could do it all over again, I would have went somewhere where I was needed. Because where you're wanted is one thing. When you're needed is a totally different thing. And no matter how much you work on your game, you can't simulate game situations. That's why everybody talks about the experience the Golden State Warriors have, because they've been through the fire so many times.
Right.
Unless you got the ball in your hand and you got to size somebody up and go get a bucket, like, you don't know how to do that.
Right.
I was never allowed to do things like that, and I think that hindered my development and my growth too.
Right.
Because to be honest, like, when I was young, I didn't realize how good I was becoming and how good I was.
Right.
I think if I would have had another year of like development with, you know, my folks that was helping me here, Raymond Young, Phil Taylor, and all them, I think I definitely would have been McDonald's for sure. Definitely would have been like top 40 in the country. And if I would have went somewhere where the ball was going to be in my hands, I think I would have been 2 and done max.
Right.
Because there were a lot of obviously you're judging off potential, right? There's no guarantee that you're going to make the NBA, but like UCLA, when they were recruiting me to play the 1. Kyle Anderson ended up coming there 2 years later to play the 1. He went 1 and done.
Right.
You know, Arizona State, they was ass. They was trying to put the ball in my hands right away. Oregon was ass. Dana Altman, the year he was recruiting me was his first year at Oregon, so he was cleaning house, everything new. He told me, we gonna give you the ball when you come here. I can't remember what other schools. Cal, same thing. We gonna give you the ball, but instead, you know, I ended up at Marquette. Great education. My mom really liked Buzz's philosophy, which on that side of it, my mom just saw something that I didn't see as a kid. She saw a tough motherfucker who wasn't gonna let me skip steps, and he did it. He really made it hell for me, which I hated him when I was there, but now I got a lot of respect for him now, because now I go anywhere in the world and do anything, it'd be like, I could do this. Even if I'm gonna struggle, like, I'm gonna struggle, you know, but I ain't gonna quit. I'm gonna struggle, but I ain't gonna break down. Like, I'm gonna thug it out. I'm gonna chug my way to the end of this because I did it before. When times was really, really hard and I was doing it on my own. And it was hard for me to call my mom because my mom doesn't know basketball. My mom don't understand this business. So it's like, I can't really have the conversation that I need to have with my mom.
Right.
Because she just want to be my mom, but she can't really give me the shit that I need to hear and the shit that I need to see. Like, so I was really doing the shit going through it on my own. And so, you know, now I got a lot of love and admiration for Buzz, because he just teaching young motherfuckers how to just grind it out. And that's not only on the hoop court, that's anywhere else. And so for that, I'm appreciative of it. I think that's why I'm in the NBA, and that's why I was able to go play overseas for 4 years and then go to the G League for 1.5 years. And like, really, like, people appreciate the journey, but the journey started a long time ago. You know, and so sometimes I do wish that I was able to go somewhere and have the ball in my hands, but, you know, hindsight 2020. It is what it is. So I don't necessarily regret it, but I do sometimes think about it like, okay, when my son is picking a school, I'm going to make sure he goes somewhere where he's wanted, but where he's needed. And somewhere where he's going to have the opportunity to make mistakes. Because like I said, like, if you ain't allowed to make mistakes, my whole career at Marquette, I'm doing this every time I make.
That ain't no way to hoop, bro.
I'm looking over my shoulder like.
That ain't no way to hoop.
You know what I'm saying?
So that takes me back to what I wanted to talk to you, mentioned earlier. You in the NBA now, right? You made it to the NBA. You worked your ass off. I literally watched you do everything you needed to do. You made the team. You was on started with a 10-day contract, right?
They called me up right before COVID.
Called you up right before COVID, right? Anyway, you find yourself on the roster, right? You getting like your minutes is increasing. You can't look up and not see, you know, Juan T on the floor. Something happened after that. I literally start to see your minutes diminishing. Like, what would you attribute that to? Did there become a point to where you like was dissatisfied with your role? You felt like you could do more, or what happened? What happened there? Because it was like 1 minute, all I see is Juan T on the floor. Next minute, we start to see your minutes completely diminishing. How would you like speak on that for us a little bit?
I didn't understand the business. I don't have a big homie that played in the NBA. My dad didn't play in the NBA. Don't have I didn't understand the business. I had nobody giving me the game. So all the shit that I'm learning in the league, and I'm learning on the fly. So when I get to the league and I see that I can be an integral part of this team.
Right.
Like, I could hoop. So I started to expect more. And to be quite frank, like the Warriors don't owe me anything. Like they did everything they gave me an opportunity. They allowed me to make a name for myself. Bro, I was in Hong Kong airport and motherfuckers was running up to me asking me for autographs.
Right.
In Hong Kong. Like, I don't owe the Warriors nothing. I'm appreciative of everything they gave me the opportunity to do. But then I didn't have that same mentality. All I'm thinking is like, yo, play me because I can help y'all win. And not in a or like a malicious or selfish way, like y'all got to play me. But it's like, yo, I can help us win games.
Yeah.
Like, play
I've
me.
done it already.
You know, so our championship year, I kind of just got caught in a storm. And this is the part of the business where I didn't understand. They wanted to be better, so they went and got Otto Porter. They got Nehemiah Bjelica. They drafted Jonathan Kuminga. They drafted Moses Moody. And to top it all off, they went and got their finals MVP, Andre Iguodala.
Right.
So that's 5 people that they went and got at my position. Andre Iguodala, who they trust with their lives. Otto Porter, who's been in the league for 10 years and has shot it for 40% for 10 years. Obviously, you got to go with the numbers. Nehemiah Bjelica, who's been in the league for 9 years, can shoot it and did it for 9 years. And then we got our 2 investments, and then we got this one guy who's a G League guy. Like, you know how the business works. All these things are optics.
Right.
And I just got caught in a storm, and I got impatient.
Right.
And that's why I felt like I had to make a move because I thought this was the team that I didn't know Otto was going to go to Toronto. I didn't know Andre was going to end up retiring 2 years later. I didn't know Nehemiah was going to end up retiring as well. But I did know Jonathan Moses was going to be there, and I was going to play behind them because they're the investments, and that's how the business works. And so I just felt like I had to get up out of there at the moment. Hindsight, I probably should have just been a little patient because obviously you look back and, 2 years ago, they was playing Anthony Lamb 38 minutes. And, kudos to him. Like, he's a good player. I'm not saying anything, like, disrespectful, but I'm saying, like, the opportunity was still there because, they didn't end up playing Jonathan as much as they probably thought. Moses as well. Otto didn't come back. Nehemiah didn't come back. So the opportunity probably came back around, but I didn't understand how this business works. Because once you start moving teams, people start to think, why do the team not want him no more?
Right.
That's how the team starts to think. That's how they start to look at you once you start changing teams. And also I went to L.A., which was not the best situation. It was a new coach, whole new team. It probably wasn't the best idea for me to leave an established culture and an established situation for myself. Like, I'm from here. The fans love me. Everybody on staff. I mean, it shows because they still let me come back around. I be in the weight room, in the locker room. I walk around, chase like I'm still on the team.
Right.
So did you have any trouble? Did you have any trouble embracing the role they actually wanted for you to play on the team? Was that a struggle for you? Or?
Embracing the role to play? No.
Okay.
The part that was fucking with me was not playing. Because I didn't understand why I wasn't playing. So in my mind, every day I'm trying to figure out what am I doing wrong.
Right.
But that's not how this business works. Steve don't have time to come tell me why I'm not playing.
Right. So nothing was economics though.
No.
So it wasn't like a bigger payday in LA.
No.
Yeah.
I was actually, I don't really even know how much I can talk about this, but like I actually asked Golden State to let me walk. I was a restricted free agent. But like I said, I was only seeing like, okay, like I'm stuck in a storm because you got your 2 investments and you got 3 guys you just went and got, and we won a championship with. Like, y'all probably not going to give me the time. There's no minutes out there. Ain't no, you got, like I said, you trust Andre Iguodala. Andre Iguodala, rightfully so. Like, he's earned all that. Right. Nehemiah Bjelica, he's earned all that. Otto Porter's earned all that. Jonathan Kuminga and Moses Moody, they're investments. So I was just like, I got to go do what I think is best for me. I'm trying to continue to grow. Like, I'm not trying to cap out. And obviously, I was thinking, like, I'm on this trajectory right now, right? Like, I went to Mexico. I killed in Mexico. Went to the G League, killed in the G League. Got on the team, was on two-way, ended up finishing the season being a starter on two-way or whatever, playing, very important minutes in the play-in games, et cetera. So I'm like, well, shit, I got to keep doing this. I can't do this and then cap out. But in actuality, it's like, that was 3 years ago. Imagine if I was still on the Warriors, because it's going. At times it's going to be like this.
Everything,
But I didn't understand that because I didn't have nobody telling me like, yo, just chill. Because at the end of the day, what's the best situation you can have? It's making $1 million in the NBA. $2 million, 3 million. Ain't a better job than that.
Right.
But once you start trying to do shit on your own accord and not I mean, obviously, like I believe in God, so I'm gonna say like not letting God to handle it. When you start trying to move the needle, then shit get out of whack. You just sometimes you gotta, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Don't fix it.
right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just gotta let shit like develop.
Shit. You niggas run to IG for inspiration, cause your immediate circle ain't good for shit but hating. How you hustling just to get complacent? We never settle. Run these bitches, then we pick replacements. About my money, niggas more concerned with getting famous and putting fake jury on.